Welcome to Orange County Power Players, where we spotlight the personal, professional, and financial success stories of OC's top leaders. Here's your host, Danny Flores.
Welcome back to OC Power Players, where I interview some of the most successful people in Orange County. I'm Danny Flores, your host. Today's honored guest is Gino Fracchiolla, zooming in from Newport Beach. Gino had a PR firm previously that was very successful in the social media verification space. In 2022, he pivoted and rebranded to a performance-based marketing company that specializes in automation lead generation and artificial intelligence, AI. Welcome, Gino.
Thank you so much for having me.
So,
Appreciate the
so
opportunity.
tell us a little bit about the PR firm. You're successful, you built it, you sold it, and you pivoted. What did that look like?
Yeah. Well, in 2018, when I started Infinity Marketing, social media was the hot commodity at the time, more specifically, social media verification. So I'm sure you've seen somebody with a blue check on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, right?
Right.
Signifying that they're an official public figure. Well, that wasn't so easy to do prior to Meta offering it as a paid service. So it involved obtaining organic press, maybe a Wikipedia page, a Google Knowledge panel, possibly submitting the request through a portal, right? A direct line of
Hmm.
communication with Meta. So we had all these things and were able to carry that across the finish line a few times, and word got out, and it spread like wildfire. So we became one of a handful of go-to people, I'd say, on the planet that were doing it at that level. And it was great. I mean, everybody wanted to be verified on Instagram, and everybody
Yeah.
was willing to pay to get it done. So it was
Yeah.
fantastic until mid 2022. Meta said, you too can be a star for 14.99 a month or whatever, right? And that literally overnight stopped. It stopped. And I kind of looked around like, what am I going to do? And this was right around the time that I started catching wind of, what's been taking place in Gaza. And, I started speaking out about that on my page, Free Palestine, things like that. And I lost my Instagram. Meta told me that it was because of fraud and deception. And then I started posting my opinions from my company's Instagram account and lost that account the following day. So my personal
Right.
verified Instagram with close to 60,000 organic followers was gone. And then the company account with a modest 9K or 10K was gone
Yeah.
as well. So I went from a significant presence to zero presence overnight
Right.
on Instagram, and I had become extremely complacent because, I'd get 4 or 5,000 views in my story, so I would post a this or a teaser or some results or a campaign or whatever, and people would be
Yeah.
interested. I'd get leads. So once that stopped, I was looking around like, what am I going to do? And the
Yeah.
PR thing had kind of burned it out. So I
Yeah.
again, I rebranded, wanted to focus on performance-based things only. The good thing, the silver lining in this was, offering social media verification. We were able to obtain a laundry list of high-profile clients. High-profile clients have high-profile needs, right? So we got really good at the things that we were doing, very militant at them because, again, the
Hmm.
bar was high and we were held to a high standard. So that was great. When I rebranded, wanted to focus on performance-based marketing and lead generation and go towards the B2B side. And TruePay for Performance was born. Um, we started offering performance-based marketing options. I entertained a model that nobody else was doing, meaning if you checked certain boxes, I'll cover all your expenses and you won't pay anything until you close actual business, at which point it was a revenue split. And, we spent some money entertaining some offers that we thought were going to be okay. And we learned not everybody's great at sales. Just because I'm picking
Great.
up strikes doesn't mean you can hit the ball or that you're even in the batter's box, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we created a proprietary product we have in-house called TruePipeline. So it's your CRM, it's your contacts, it's your calendar, it's your SMS, it's your email, it's your website with AI and the whole shebang with LinkedIn, which was the primary lead generation source bolted on, and created this ecosystem to where now with AI we could act as big brother, monitor the meeting, make sure certain things were being said, and that close
Hmm.
rate started to increase. So I said, okay,
Okay.
we're onto something here. And then, of course, with AI coming into the picture, we
Hmm.
said, why not create our own AI agent? So staying on brand, TruePay for Performance, TruePipeline, and now Trudy. Trudy is our AI voice agent that does inbound, outbound. She's a sales rep. She's whatever you need her to be. And we're about a month or two away from completing our own platform where you'll be able to sign on with us, clone your voice, train your agent, make them, he or her, as smart as you want them to be, and
Mhm.
sick them loose on whatever task that we need done, whether that be inbound, again, sales, outbound, appointment setting, whatever, right? So that's where we're focusing these days, and we seem to be in the right place. So we're excited.
Yeah, it almost seems, and congratulations on that. That's pretty exciting, making the shifts, right? Just
Yes.
shifting as you need to, um,
Pivots.
un understanding what the market wants, right? That's super important. Like, what am I going to do next? It's not what you want to do. What does the market need? That's what I'll do.
Right. I have my opinions, but like what's going to be best for my clients, right?
Right.
What's going to
Yeah.
be best for my clients, and how can I bring the most value to their business, right? Because
Hmm.
let's face it, there are quite a few agencies on LinkedIn that offer, hey, and you get the message all the time. Do you have enough leads? What if I could bring you three or four more clients? This, that, and it's like,
Right.
hey, like how do we stand out? That's right. And I think I learned the importance of standing out with the social media verification. I used to call it
Hmm.
chum. The sharks are out, the chums in the
Right.
water, the sharks are out.
Yeah.
And the blue
Yeah.
check was the proverbial chum. And it was that hot commodity that everybody wanted. And when you have something like that that everybody's like looking for, it's a
Right.
completely different world than if you have somebody that you're trying to sell to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out that next thing that people wanted.
Right.
I didn't have to convince them that they wanted, that they already wanted, was great and a huge blessing. And I'm very grateful that we just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and the pivot has made sense so far.
Right. But now, see, AI is like the hottest thing. It's here, it's been here, but it just didn't become popular like it is now.
Right.
And the ability to do things, right? Do things, streamline things, do them automatically,
Personalization, and not just that, it's like with our new platform, you're going to have your agent. Let's say you have your Danny agent, right, that you create
right?
for you, and that just answers your phone and answers basic questions for your clients, or does
Hmm.
FAQs or a screening process.
Hmm.
And some new change in the law happens, this, whatever, like there's change in legislature, all you need to do is drop a link to that in the platform. And now AI Danny will learn all of that and go
Hmm.
to his next call armed with the latest and greatest of information, making sure to eliminate any liability or overlap or any of these things, right?
Right.
I
You
think
can't
that
say that. You can't do that. You can't promise that. Boom. Good.
Right. 100%. And then what's also great is, and don't get me wrong, Danny, I am not all in on AI. I don't want a Neuralink chip. I do not think that people should completely replace that human touch with AI. I'm very
Mhm.
much about accentuating what we're currently doing and
Right. Yeah.
a little bit better. And if you can use AI to pick up your phone, look, when's the last time you called a business and didn't get AI? Right?
Right. Yeah.
Rarely happens. Well, I'm the first one, representative. I'm the first
Right. Yeah. Like 100 times.
one to do it. But yeah, if you can utilize it for the small tasks or pick up one call that you may have missed on a weekend or a fishing day or something like that, that later converts to business, guess what?
Mhm.
Now it makes sense. Now you're in the black.
Right. Using them as an assistant, not as the lead.
No, don't put your AI as your primary contact or your front line. I
Right.
get turned off, right? Because
Right.
I think the entire experience is going to be robotic, right? When
Yeah.
this is what
Oh
people
yeah. It's like old school, right? But that's you. You and I
back
understand, right? We're the
coming
older
back.
guys.
It's coming
Um.
back. Watch, flip phones are going to come back. People are going to
Yeah.
be sick of this. I was telling my fiance the other day, yeah, I want to get rid of this. I just want a flip phone.
Right. You remember in the old days that we knew everybody's phone number memorized? Like everybody. It's
We
like,
were just having this conversation the other day, and I systematically spat out all of my childhood friends' parents' numbers, and I'm like, wow,
yeah.
some of them are still there,
Yeah.
still in
Yeah.
the
That
same.
was like the good old days, and there was no texting. Even like, okay, let's say we were growing up and we went out to play. Well, nobody can get a hold of us. We're
Right.
coming back when we come back, right?
Right. That's
Yeah,
it.
nobody say, "Hey, come back. You didn't do this. You
When the
didn't do
street
that."
lights
Like,
come on, that's it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And if you
exactly.
did need to call your parents, it was collect call from come pick me up. I'm at the gas station.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. And now it's
We'll
like at
never
your
know the
fingertips.
struggle, the payphone struggle. They'll never know.
Yeah.
Our generation was the last of the, we're the last of the, like we saw it all,
Yeah,
like from rotary to a computer in my pocket, like literally the full spectrum, you know?
right. I remember from rotary to push button. That was big time. And then the phones with the
I
antenna.
remember the AT&T cordless. Remember that one? That like only your
That
rich
was
had.
killer.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, good. That's good stuff. Now, when have you guys moved into on the AI where you start creating workflows that companies can use
Yeah.
to maybe eliminate, I don't want to say maybe eliminate positions, but maybe as they grow, not have to hire on as much because they have automations built that do different tasks for them?
Yeah, great question. That's what we're getting into next is custom end-to-end solutions, right? So how can we streamline your process? I know we're on a podcast, but normally I do a screen share and show you some examples of like, okay, this is a setup of automation for like we do one for a barber, for a beauty clinic here, for
Hmm.
chiropractors, all kinds of different verticals.
Hmm.
Essentially, we have the app on the phone. I come on, I click a tag or a status on the conversation. AI has now pulled the notes from the conversation, dropped it in the CRM, and now depending on my tag or status or opportunity update, she's going to come in, take that information, go to Gamma or Panda or wherever I need her to create the
Hmm.
proposal, all the way down to sending the proposal, getting the signature, invoice sent, onboard form sent, project manager notified, onboard call scheduled,
Hmm.
entire thing. It's like Plinko, right? So we call it TruePipeline. So it's crazy, but we give away all that email, the CRM, LinkedIn lead gen, all these things collectively for less than $1,000 a month. And we've packaged it hyper competitively on purpose. But
Hmm.
doing so, because I talk to, I mean, I'll just show you better than tell you. Like, I mean, every day we're on the phone. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that calendar is jam-packed.
Busy, buddy. Like just how I love to
Yeah.
see it, but it's 3 to 5 calls a day generally with coaches, consultants, and folks in the B2B space that I've met on
Hmm.
LinkedIn usually, right? Um, and everyone kind of experiences the same pain points, has the same
Hmm.
issue. Everyone's trying to have as many conversations with individuals that fit their specific avatar in a short period of time. That's the
Hmm.
goal in pretty much any business.
Right,
It's a great sandbox to do that, and we can definitely help there. But what are we doing off platform? Is the
right.
because you can have the greatest conversation with Danny, but if Danny says send me this case study testimonial proposal and I forget or I drop the ball, guess what? Danny's going someplace else.
Hmm.
So, like, why don't we create a system that helps us be? I call it the Millennium Falcon. You just sit down and be a Jedi, and
Hmm.
this is pretty much taken care of for you. So yeah, that's been the focus as well. And these things come out of natural progression. If
Hmm.
you're providing these things, just like AEO, since the last time you and I spoke, like 6 months ago, whatever, we started rolling out AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. So as we're trained to go here, which is Google, when we've got questions or are looking for
Right,
products or services.
right.
Now, a lot of people are going here, which is your Chat GPT, your Claude, your Gemini, your Groks, right? So AEO is again answer engine optimization being front and center when AI is asked about a performance-based marketing company in Newport Beach. If I can be the lone search result there,
Mhm.
the conversion rate increases exponentially as compared to me being a plethora of choices on the homepage of Google. So we've started.
So that's something super important that maybe businesses don't know. So anybody who's listening, now, how do you get on ChatGPT to show up as the answer when they look something up like that?
Good question. So it's similar to an SEO strategy, but a little bit more specific and wordy. So it involves a lot of verbiage and answering very specific questions that people could possibly ask on ChatGPT. So
Mm,
putting yourself in the mindset of your client, understanding, because a lot of people think they know what their client searched to find them, but in actuality, it may be something completely different. So once
right.
we know what a clear path to us is, let's try to answer that question specifically, word for word, on our site, and then have some additional supporting information to go with that. That way, these engines look at us as a
To be
valuable
found.
source, right? And then having a good reputation, 5-star reviews, testimonials, case studies, all these things as well published and
Mhm.
visible are going to help as well. Yeah. Uh,
So now, is that part of your services that as well to train ChatGPT to be found when you're asked the question of, what kind of like for a specific service that somebody might be looking for?
Correct. So if you're, let's just say, a plumber in Costa Mesa and you want to be there, it's a strategy again comparable to SEO. It does
Hmm.
take a couple months to start seeing some results, but in some cases, we're making the phone ring inside of 6 to 8 weeks as a result, which is pretty crazy because traditional SEO usually takes 3 to 4 months. Google Business Listing is another huge thing that people um, really kind of fail to manage and optimize. It's a
Hmm.
great source. And if you think about the thought process of looking for a new business, it's Google, it's Yelp, it's maybe
Hmm.
Angie's List or Craigslist or maybe a couple other depending on the product or service. But for the most part,
Right,
we're creatures of habit, right?
right.
But that's starting to branch off now more into AI. So yes, that's definitely one of our offerings, and we can help any business in any vertical be seen when their people are looking for them. Absolutely.
That's amazing. And that could make especially like small operations, right? If you have a small operation and you're cash constraint where you can't really hire the personnel that you want to come on board and because you have to build the business, right? And especially in the beginning,
The
you can
dollar
start
count.
yeah, you can start implementing AI and you can create all these products for them that they can actually grow without having to hire as quick.
They really can, whether it's a sales development
Mhm.
representative or just a receptionist or, just a highly knowledgeable, not quite paralegal, but assistant, right?
Right.
And we can make them as smart or as sassy as we want them to be. They can be a little cheeky, a little,
Mhm.
please don't mistake my posture for pressure or whatever. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Get mad. I didn't say it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's an interesting space. It's something that I think every business, even if I'm just creating you a bot that answers your phone and charging you whatever, 99 or 199 bucks a month or just something crazy low.
Hmm.
And if we get one to go order, one whatever, one, catering job that normally would have went, we're in the black. Like it makes
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have one of those businesses to where business goes someplace else. If you have a business that's a high intent search, if you're a plumber, HVAC, locksmith, and somebody looks for that at 2 a.m., I'm not doing that for S and giggles. I'm doing it because I need a locksmith right now, right?
Right,
If you're
right.
the suggested search result and I see you got what it takes and you're open, boom, I'm engaging, right? So being front
Yeah.
and center is of the utmost importance. Absolutely.
Right. Right, right. No, exactly. Being able to do that. Now, here's a quick question. They say this AI is changing every day. Every day, there's new AIs coming out. How do you keep up with that? Every single one does something different, and
Built our own. That's a great question. That's why we built our own because we got tired of the look. Because when I built this thing a year and a half ago and came up with TruePipeline and Trudy and all this, I pieced
Mhm.
it together using two, three, four, six third-party platforms. So we got N8N, 11 Labs, this, boom, boom. I'm piecing it all together, and I said, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that my price is going to go up when I close 5 more deals and this, and then we started like when you're closing a deal a day, sometimes 2 deals a day, the bandwidth goes up, service, but all these things increase, right? Our
Mhm.
security needs to get better, right? So I'm like, okay, we're starting to really catch fire here. How much money do I need to spend before I understand that it would be wise for me to just create my own thing? So now
Oh,
you're with us, you can come back anytime there's an update in the AI world. We update internally. It's like having a Tesla. Like, so your software is going to update anytime there's a new
Right.
trick or something to add to your tool belt. And then also
Yeah.
you can continuously teach your agent. So every couple of days or weeks or whatever, you can add more information, drop a link to a website. You can drop whatever and get, let's call her Danny or him Danny. You can get Danny to go to the site, learn about the site, and then get back on the phone with a client the next day, armed with all the information he just read from the latest and greatest article, right? So that's how
Yeah.
we are combating this ever-evolving marketplace because it changes every day. Every day, my team is like, check this out, do this. Sora 2, AI, sending me AI videos of myself doing crazy stuff. And I'm like, dude, what is going
Yeah.
on? Like, it's just
Yeah.
constantly changing.
Right, right. I mean, I don't know as much. Wait, I don't know. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. Just use the Chat GPT and some of the other ones a little bit, but I do know that it's just changing so fast. But that's the solution. So then when you have all your clients, you're in the back end updating, and everybody gets the update automatically.
Correct. Like for instance, we have one for my barber. We have all the different barbers' names and this and the locations and everything there. But if there's an update or they have a new service or a new product, we add that internally. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's armed with that information, whether it be on the website, on the call, on this, whatever. And we're just
Mm-hmm.
constantly adding to her knowledge base, right?
Right,
So
right,
then
right,
Liz, she just continues to get smarter and better. And then a little teaser that progressed so well, and we were so happy with how that was coming along. We're in the process of building an AI LinkedIn voice agent. So what this will be able to do is sync with your LinkedIn profile, uh,
Mm-hmm.
clone your voice, your likeness, pre-approved verbiage, and then go to LinkedIn profiles, pull their information, and send a personalized AI voice message to somebody that sounds just like you
Oh,
instead of
wow.
sending just a dry, like, hey, well, whatever, which still
Right,
works for us. It's not that
right,
dry,
right,
but a voice message much more personalized, and then being
right.
able to do that on off platform as well. That's the next that we're starting on in January. But yeah, it's
Wow, you just keep coming and keep coming and keep bringing it on.
keep bringing the heat, man. That way, when it's time to grow or sell one day down the road, there's a lot of infrastructure and meat on the bone, if you will. There's a million agencies, but who's got their own technology? There's only a
Right.
handful.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. So as we wrap up the interview, what's exciting coming up in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, I got engaged. My fiance and I got
Congratulations.
engaged recently, so that may be coming up. We joined the Chamber of Commerce a couple months ago, and that's been here in Newport Beach, and that's been a
Mhm.
fantastic experience thus far. Met a lot of great people. We're also involved in Rotary, and
Mhm.
we're always looking forward to giving back to the community. And yeah, just looking forward to winding down the year, spending time with some family, and all the things coming that we're working really hard on.
That's the idea. So thanks so much for coming on, Gino,
Cool.
sharing what you do in the AI space. And if somebody's listening and they'd like to get a hold of you, how could they do that?
Yeah, TrueP4P.com is always a great place to start, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Gino Fracchiolla, Gino, F as in Frank, Racchiolla. Gino Fracchiolla, True Pay for Performance.
Very good. Well, thanks so much, Gino, for coming on, sharing what you're doing. And to our audience, please go to ocpowerplayers.com and follow us on your favorite channel. Thank you, Gino.
Thanks for listening to Orange County Power Players. Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at ocpowerplayers.com/guest.